Today on Brett's Brain, I'm going to talk about something that you can do when you're building financial projections and fundraising that I think will really impress investors. And it's something that very few founders have thought through and include in their pitch, or when they talk to me about it, they tend not to have a good idea around it. So most founders are pretty good at coming up with the amount that they want to raise. Whether it's the right amount or not is questionable sometimes, but they're usually pretty good at saying, hey, we want to raise $1 million in this seed round. And so we'll pretend that we're raising the seed round in this case. And they're also pretty good at saying, here's how we're going to use the money. And then there are a lot of them, and it gets dwindling here, but a lot of them are actually pretty good at putting together financials that say, here's how we'll deploy and here's how the business grows with this $1 million. And that's where it stops, though. What they oftentimes forget is they forget to think about and do research on what that means for them. So you raise $1 million, it gives you 15 months of runway. At the end of 15 months, where are you as a company? Financially, they often understand it, but they don't know what that actually means. What does that mean for the company? And as an investor, one of the things I'm always thinking about is the money that you're raising today going to get you far enough along where you'll be able to do one of two things? A, you're cash flow positive, or B, you're going to be able to raise that next round of capital. And if a founder comes to me and says, hey, we're going to raise $1 million, it's going to give us 15 months of runway. Here's our financial projections. The financial projections are really well thought out and assumption based, but they're really smart assumptions. And so I can see the vision of getting to 100K MRR or 150K MRR. And then that founder says, and in our industry, whatever that in our industry, if we get to 120,000 a month in monthly revenue, that will allow us to raise our A round of capital. We think we'll be able to raise an $8 million round at XYZ valuation. And the reason we think that is because we've had a couple conversations with A investors that play in our space, and they've told us that that's the metrics we need to be to. And here's a couple companies that are kind of in our space that have raised with those types of metrics at that round. Or you can say, we're going to be cash flow positive if you're a type of business that wants to get cash flow positive quickly. And so taking that extra step of saying what it allows you to do once you get there is a huge leap that very few entrepreneurs do. And not only is it important for an investor meeting, it's also really important for you to understand. You don't want to get caught in that round of, hey, we're out of money, but we're not far enough along to raise the next round. And that happens to so many entrepreneurs. And so if you plan for it up front, at least you'll know what you're getting into.